Hey, what's up? My name is Murtaza Brahmi from Art Studio 313 and welcome back to another very exciting tutorial. In this tutorial, we are going to learn how to create these really nice interior design with the help of a plugin called for Home Builder inside Blender. This is some render that I took with different style and with different color. And before diving into tutorial, make sure to like and subscribe and turn on the bell notification button so that you don't miss any upcoming videos. So we open up Blender, we press A to delete everything, and then if we press N, you will see the Home Builder add-on here. And you have to go to Home Builder page and download the plugin and install it, and the installation is pretty easy. Go to Edit Preferences in the Add-on tab, click here, Install from disk, find it and install it and save your preferences. That's it. So for here we need to create a wall first. We are in the room, we grab this pen, draw a wall, and we draw a wall and then right click to cancel it. So we want to set the wall length to 4 meter and 300 centimeter, and then we go to products. First we go to the cabinets, and I like to add these tall stacked. So this is the first thing. Then let's move up, go to this part, and then we add a refrigerator. We can of course go here and turn on the cavity, or choose one of these. You can play around with the single and choose whatever color you prefer. This is interesting. And then if you turn on shadows, even it looks a lot better. So then we go to cabinets again, and I like to select this cabinet. Let's assign this one again. One of these. We can right click and set it to, or multiply this by 2, or directly we can type 0.9. And another one we can change the door later, and let's assign this one again. Okay, that's finished. And the door we need to change, so we go to exterior and set it to right, and this one as well to right. So in case if you want to double door, you can click and choose to double door, but this looks really good. Let's do the same thing with this one, and we'll set it to right. Now it's a lot better. Okay, so another thing is that we need to create a window. So let's take a look from here. We go to rooms again, draw a wall, from here let's select it again, somewhere around here we draw a wall. So let's zoom just a little bit. Let's take a look exactly, and then right click. Let's try once again. I like to try once again. So let's click here and hold on shift to make it just a bit play around with the length. Okay, that's fine. And let's right click to cancel that part. And here I like to select this wall, and we can play around with the length of it so that it match this part. Now it's fine. Okay, great. So let's select this wall, and we go to room and click on collect and add floor. That's finished. Now we want to add a window here, so let's go to products and go to door and window. I drag this large window, and then we can select this window, go to its properties, and let's go to insert and choose this one. And then in Z I like to move it down just a little bit, and then in high we can play around with it. That's really good. So another thing is for the this bevel profile. If you take a look, so how we can make the bevel profile. Well, in this situation, what we need to do is that, oh, we're not finished yet with the cabinet, so let's finish that first, then we can create a bevel profile. For that one we need to upper door, so let's assign, and once again, but this one we have to change its prompt to 0.9, and this one it should be about 0.6. Wow. Let's click here. Oh, 0.4, and let's delete it. And in case if you want to delete one of these cabinets, right click and delete cabinets, and instead we need one door. If you can find the upper one, right click, set it to, and paste this, which was the same. So then right click again and set it to right instead of left, and now it's amazing. So here we want to create a sink, so add sink, which is okay, and then add this nice object here. Then we want to adjust this cabinet, its length, set it to top, and then play around with the height from floor. Oh, not this one, but the height from here. And okay. So now it's time for touching the bevel profile. So for that we need to select this part, these a few parts, this door and this, and then we press number the slash to focus on those from top. So from here we press Shift A and we add, for example, a plane. Enter tab, we press Shift and Z to go to actually wireframe mode, and we delete these two vertices. Let's click here, set it to vertex, and we don't want to turn it on because we want to use actually control. So move it and hold on control to snap this vertex to here, and grab this one, hold on control to snap it here, extrude and just hold on control to snap, if extrude, hold on control, and continue all the way up. Extrude and E, and extrude it. You will see some problem is happening. So now let's take a look from this angle and snap these to here. And of course we can delete this last vertex. So now we got a very straight line without any other bevel. So Now, if I just press numpad slash to focus only on these, you will see that this is mesh, and we have to convert it to a actually curve in case if you want to use it. But we have to move its origin point somewhere around here. So select it, Shift S, cursor to select it, and you now right click origin to 3D cursor. Now its origin is here, and you will see it's rotating based on its origin point. And then whatever of bevel profile that we add, for example, a new curve, we can assign, for example, add a Bezier curve. Because the 3D cursor is located here, it's the new object will be appear exactly at here. So therefore we need to select and delete everything. And in this case, I like to use this pen or this draw. So let's choose this pen, and I like to assign something like that. So this is kind of curve. And then let's press W a couple of times. And now we can play around with this. For example, make some parts really smooth. Press V and choose automatic. And then this part as well, V and automatic. And we can handle each of these. For example, make it just with a straight and sharper. And then this part as well, V and auto. So now, if I just click here, right click and convert to curve, and make sure this is important actually, that their origin point should be in the same place. Otherwise, I'm sure 100% that you will get some problem. Then open up, go to geometry in the bevel, open up object and select this object that we created. Okay, so now just take a look. If I just change these, how it will look. So we have actually to rotate it in R180 in x-axis, I believe. So now you will see that it is rotating this way. Let's not press numpad slash, and then we want to move this part just a little bit up. Grab it and move it up. You will see that I moved this in the x-axis to fix the problem. And then this one I like to extrude it once more in, I believe, in y-axis. Yes, now it's finished, you will see. So that's about this cornice, which is really nice and detailed. We can press N to get rid of it and turn it off. So let's duplicate this floor, Shift D. I think we can't use that, but let's press Shift S and Shift A, assign and add a new plane. Let's take a look from top orthographic and let's connect, put it somewhere around here, scale it, and this axis, and scale this too. Now let's move it downward, and now it's finished. So this is until here we were in the solid mode. If I go to material preview, you will see what we have created. So we can of course move it down just a little bit. And then if I just go here and we move to render mode, still we are in EV, but I like to use cycle. Set it to GPU compute. From here the interesting part will begin. So we can, you will see that we have no lights here because we are using our own HDRI and lights. If I click here, you will see something, but let's click here to import our first light. So we click and go to the lights and sunlight. So if I just move it out, it's not important to move it out, but I don't like to see it in my interior. So we press RR 2 times and we play around with these lights. So let's press R and Y. Okay, so we move it in Y axis, R and Y, and then R and Z. So something like this, and R and Y again. And then we select the sun, we go to its properties and set it to higher number like 60. Now you will see things will be starting to be interesting. So click on denoising. But one thing is that I don't like these kind of brown color. So let's go to material preview at least, and then turn on home builder add-on, click on material, and we want to assign this white color. So click and update all those and choose these parts and update all those as well. And let's take a closer look. Oh, here as well we need to assign. So now this single material is applied for all the parts. So let's change this one as well, which is a lot better in my opinion. So now let's press N, we go to render mode again, and this is the final result, but not final. So we have to go to let's open up another panel. We move closer here, press T to get rid of the toolbars, turn it off. I like to select these refrigerator, and we switch to shader editor, press N, and here I don't like to have it too metallic, so let's have it but just a little bit. Okay, now it's a lot better. And then this one is not a bad thing. We could have it as white. So this is the black and we can have it as white. So let's leave it as white color. And then for the floor, I don't like to use this kind of all things, but let's change it to something else. So I like to change the floor. So I have a texture, I like to drag and drop it here, but the texture won't work directly. So we have to type principal BSDF, connect the color to color, and now you will see something. So another panel I like to open up, and we set it to UV editor. So let's select this floor, and so let's go to solid mode and then turn this one on, and I like to delete this part as well, and instead I like to press shift in D and move it to floor. So now it's a lot better. So let's assign and we name it to floor and move this texture again. Then we select it in U, cube projection. So let's go to render mode. So we want to scale it, right? So we want to scale it in this way. Let's scale it a bit more. If I just rotate it 90 degrees, it actually doesn't work, doesn't look too good. So let's leave it. Let's press Ctrl Z, rotate it 90 degrees, and now we can scale it in this direction. And for here, it's not too good. So let's assign it, in this way again. So we go with this way. So, and then we press Shift A and a bump connected here. Let's go and join this area, and we open up, connect the bump to the normal, and drag from color to height. Now let's play around with this. 0.3 should be good. But this is not too interesting. Let's press Ctrl T by using the node wrangler. We can play around with the X, hold down Shift. Now it's better. And then we can play around with this one as well. Now interesting. So now let's assign something in the background. So for here, I like to add a plane, rotate it 90 degrees in x-axis, and let's press Control Space. And what we need to do is that we select these two, press E, and move those in x-axis, and select this part, E for extrude in z-axis. So now we move everything in this part. Okay, that's fine. And now let's zoom and move these just a little bit in front. Just a little bit, not too much. Something like that. Now, go to render mode, assign, and name it to wall, or whatever you prefer. And I have another texture for this. Import it, connect it here. And let's select it, press U and Q projection. And let's open up another panel here. That's okay. That's fine, I believe. So now let's join this area, and yeah, we're done almost. In case if you want to change the color of these parts, let's select this part and convert it to mesh first. Convert to mesh, and right click, shade auto smooth. Now this one has no texture, but the texture or the material for these is applied for all the details. So let's select this one, hold down Shift, select it, Ctrl L, and choose link material. Now if I just change the color of these, the rest will be changed as well. Okay, so that's really nice. You can create really glossy, specular. Do we need or not? That's up to you. Now you're free to assign any color you want for your cabinets. So we have thousands and thousands of actually color of the cabinets. Let's leave it to white or to a normal color such as this one. For this tutorial, let's go with black and with a roughness of 0.5. And then for more interesting, we can assign some lights for here. For example, let's move our 3D cursor by pressing Shift and right click, and then we go and assign an area light. Let's make it smaller, really small, and go to solid mode or wireframe mode, sorry. Take a look from top, orthographic, and make it smaller even, and then let's scale. So we'll see, let's move it at the center of here and scale it. Okay, that's great. And then R and X. Just take a look how, so we have to play around with the line setting. For this case, we want to set the spread to 100. And then we want to change the color to something different. And the size is how big it can be. So this is the bounciness. And let's play around with this spread just a bit more. Okay, so that's about this light. So let's go again to its setting. You will see that the power is set to 2 and the size, and I don't like to use shadow caustics. The spread is set to 100 and the rest is okay. Max bouncing, let's set it to 200 or 250 since we want to more bounce. But you will see this kind of lighting is not too good. So let's go to render, open up color management, and we want to use filmic. Set it to high contrast. Now we will see, wow, really nice effects here. So yeah, another thing is that we can select these sunlight and just take a look how, yeah, this okay, the sun strength is okay, and let's go to wire and select this light again. Shifty, let's move it here. Shifty once again, and move this one here. But since this is a little bit smaller, so we need to adjust it. Scale and move this somewhere around here. Now let's go to render mode, and you will see, wow, how nice these will work. Okay, so I like to set it to 3. Let's leave it as 2. So for that, for those parts, we can actually use the same light, but we can rotate it, for example, in different direction, or just take a look at the top and scale those like so, and it will actually help. Then we can move it in y-axis. Then let's now take a look, because we don't like to have too many darkness there. Another thing is that we can rotate it by 180 degrees. move it down, and then the spread should be to 180, as well the bounciness. Let's set it to 1, or even less than that, 0.1, or let's 0.5. Let's set it to 1. Or you can hold on shift to control it. Another thing is that we can scale it in y-axis. So let's take a look again. Scan this way. Shift D. And now take a look. Wow, a lot better in my opinion. Or we can change each of these to point lines. So I'm not going to spend more time to it, but this is the final result, and you can turn it on and off. Just in real time you will see, and you can change the color at any time you want. Let's join this area, go to this color, and just pick whatever color you prefer. You can change it to different color style. So let's copy this hex, and then let's move up and just change it to whatever color you like. So I like to go with this dark color, and for the rendering we need to assign a camera by Shift A, and then we are looking through this perspective, so we have to press Ctrl Alt and 0 to actually capture from this angle. Lock camera to view, and then we go to focal length, and we play around with these somewhere around here. Then we press N, and then we move just a bit closer. It's a good shot now. So we can press N again, lock camera to view, and we can actually take a look from top or from bottom. Now it's better. So another thing really quick is that you will see that we have these kind of lines. We can actually assign some blockers to make it more realistic. So let's go to solid mode, and really quick we assign a plane rotated 90 degrees in y-axis, scale it this way, let's move it here, scale, and then we assign some loop cuts, couple of loop cuts, then press 3 and select each of these by random and delete it. So now you can scale and move it back, and just take a look again. Wow. So if I now play around with the light of the sun, so let's find it, and we go with the angle, I believe. Now if you play with it, you can actually make these really nice effects. Let's set it to 3, and then these shapes I don't like to see it in the camera, so we actually don't see those. But in case if you don't want to see those, you can select it, go to these object properties, go to visibility display, and yeah, visibility, and click here to don't see it in render. So anyway, we have other prompts. Actually, we can go and assign those. We can press N, home builder, and the decoration. We can, for example, drag these assets in this part and some other things. That's it. Okay, so now just take a look at it. Now we have something to show. I think we can delete this one. And really nice. We created this with just a few with almost 40 minutes. So for the rendering, we go and click here. We set the render to 1000 just for single frame, and then we already changed the color management to full make and height, and make sure to click on denoising and then save it. And another thing is that we want to actually, I like to play around with this sunlight just a bit more, but with the rotation, in case if you want to make this part nicer, you can of course do that. Just take a look from here. And then for that, you can click here. Let's switch to wireframe or solid mode while we are rendering. Then click here and render image. Now you will see that the render is starting. So it will take a few minutes. And hope you like this tutorial. And the final result gonna be. So hope you learned something out of this tutorial. And if you do that, make sure to like and subscribe the channel, and visit my courses that I put in the description. So I put the link for the courses in the description, and by purchasing those, of course, you're helping me and my channel. And thank you very much, and see you in the future.